Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Ashley. Today we're going to be doing some home decor DIYs. I'm going to be reupholstering old ottoman that I have. And then I'm also going to be making pillows that look like pot stickers. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm about to recover this ottoman. I've had it since I was a child, literally from like the early 2000s. So it's already been recovered like twice. This time it has like a lot of damage from the cats. And I found this blanket from the thrift store. It was only $8, which is way better than if I bought like brand new fabric from Joann's or something. It would have been like at least $25. So yeah, I'm just gonna take it apart and see what I have to work with under there. So the first thing I did was rip off all the old fabric that I used to cover it last time. And then I took some pliers and removed all the old staples. And there was a lot of staples. Okay, so you may be asking yourselves, why in the world were you going to cover up such cute pink fabric? Well, this is why. I spilled applesauce on this thing when I was like 8 years old, and it still looks like someone threw up on it, so. Next, I took a thin fabric and draped it on the heart and pinned around the top to make a pattern that I would later sew together. Then I trimmed that piece, leaving about an inch of seam allowance. Next was the side, so I pinned it down the center of the top and then wrapped it around to meet the center at the bottom, since both side pieces should be symmetrical. I left a lot of extra fabric at the bottom so that I could wrap it around and staple it.
I think I'll do a wraparound. We'll wrap around.
Then I just pinned the pieces down and cut them out of the blanket. For the side pieces, I just folded the blanket over so that I would get two identical rectangles. It was a little bit difficult to cut through 2 layers of the blanket fabric, but I did it, and it was fine. I started by sewing one end of the rectangles together to make the side pieces. And before sewing the other end together, I wrapped it around the ottoman again to make sure it fit nice and tight. And because this material was stretchier than the other one, I had a lot of extra material to cut off, and that's why we do fittings even on furniture. So I sewed through the fluff, and then I attached the side pieces to the top of the heart. I ended up using my pattern fabric to add stability to the top piece so that it would keep the shape of the heart. With all of the sewing done, all I had to do was slip the fabric over the ottoman and then staple it to the underneath part. I started by stapling both corners first so that it would be stretched evenly. Then I just stretched the fabric over and stapled all the way around about 1 inch to 2 inches apart. To keep the edges from shedding, I hot glued some ribbon that I had all the way around the edges. And look how much cleaner and cozier this thing looks. Alright, so moving on to project number 2, which is the pot sticker pillows. I got more stuff from the thrift store to make these, so I got this pillow that didn't come with a pillowcase or anything. I just need it for the stuffing. And this was only $3. I also got this sheet, which is like kind of the color of a pot sticker, I guess. So this one was $7, but I'm pretty sure it was on sale. I'll check later. I started by sketching and trying to figure out exactly what the shape of the pattern should be, and I settled on circle.
Then I erased some of the more detailed features, and 1, 2, 3, a circle thing.
Then I cut a little circle-y, oval-y shape out of some scrap fabric, and I pinned little pleats into it to see how the fabric would behave. Then I started working on my real full-size pattern. I ended up making the pattern a half circle shape that I would cut out on the fold. I also made a facing piece to go on the pleated edge. And here's how my first time using a rotary cutter went. Took me a minute to figure it out. I pressed all the pieces smooth, and then I sewed together the facing pieces, since those ones weren't cut on the fold. Then I attached the facing piece to the outer edge of the pillow. Then I started to trim the seam allowance, and I realized I have a rotary cutter for this. What am I doing? And I gotta say, not sponsored, but I can trim seam allowance so much faster now. After that, I just pressed the facing to the inside. Keeping the fabric folded in half, I marked where I wanted each pleat to go so that they were spread evenly. Then I folded each pleat to be about 3/4 of an inch. Next, I sewed the pleats down about 1.5 inches. Could be less, I didn't really measure. To close the pillow up, I just sewed in about 1 inch from the edge of the fabric. I sewed all the way down until just before the last pleat to leave an opening to put the stuffing in. Then I cut open my old thrift store pillow and took some stuffing out to put in my new pillow. Should I have worn gloves for this? I don't know. There weren't any stains, so it seemed fine to me. Anyway, reduce, reuse, recycle. With the pillow stuff to my liking, I just went back and closed the hole. You thought I was done with the ottoman, didn't you? Well, I'm not, because I'm extra, so I ordered these little tiny legs on Amazon. I took the little hardware piece and marked where to drill the holes. And then I took my drill and drilled the holes. I even made sure my screw fit to make sure that my screw would fit. Oh my god. Then I screwed the dang thing on and I realized that you're supposed to put it the other way and there's supposed to be 4 holes. 1 in the middle. So I unscrewed the whole thing and marked where to put the center hole. And I drilled that thing like 5 times before I found the bit that was the right size. To finish it, I just put these slider thingies on, so it wouldn't scratch the floor. And that's it, I was finally done. Oh yeah, and I also made 2 more pillows, because I'm extra like that. Okay guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you want to see more home DIYs, we should have bigger projects coming soon. So just stay tuned. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and yeah, that's all I have for you.